In this episode of the Blood Clot Briefing, Louise Thompson explores the connection between blood clots and depression. She shares her personal story, the challenges many people face, why it's important to talk openly about mental health alongside physical health. Let's get into it.
Welcome everybody to this episode of the Blood Clot Briefing from ThromboWatch. I'm Louise Thompson. I was moved to found this podcast and ThromboWatch with Dr. Man Sharma because of my lived experience. I have Factor V Leiden, which means that my blood is more prone to clotting, and it led to I inherited from my dad, and it led to him having blood clots. His first one being when he was 64. I'm 57 now, so I'm fast heading to the age he was when he had his first clot. I had pregnancy issues 20 years ago, which are well documented in other podcasts. But what I wanted to come on today and talk about was depression. I have seen recently quite a lot of posts on Facebook groups and here and just in general conversation about how difficult it is when you are dealing with blood clot related issues, because there is a depression that can quite often go alongside that, and it's not talked about enough, it's not addressed. So I was really keen to use this episode to come on and to talk about it. So there are many reasons why you might develop depression when you've also got blood clot. It may be that your limb that has had a blood clot is swollen or discoloured or even ulcerated, that makes you self-conscious and uncomfortable, and that can lead to low self-esteem, and then depression follows. It may be that you're unable to exercise in the way that you would like, maybe because your mobility is limited by physical discomfort and pain again. Maybe you're unable to exercise for a time just in case a clot dislodges. Or maybe the medication that you're on means that you can't exercise because if you had a head injury, say for example you were mountain biking, it could be really dangerous and you could have a bleed. So that's a double whammy. You're at risk of blood clots, but also the blood thinners could cause head injury if you did some dangerous sport. And if dangerous sport is your thing, then it can be really just disheartening and upsetting that you can't pursue that anymore. And again, there might be physical changes that go alongside that. It may also be that you're struggling with pregnancy-related issues, and that's huge if you feel that you can't have a baby, which certainly happened to me. I'm going back 20 years, so I don't want to alarm anybody. Things have moved on, but it was impossible for me to maintain a pregnancy. And that's a huge impact on your life. Of course, other things that may lead to depression is you kind of lose some of the spontaneity of life. You can't jump on an aeroplane the way that you used to. You can't do things without thinking when you need to take medication, potentially. Flights aren't as straightforward. There isn't anything that you can do that has as much spontaneity as you used to have. You can't move as freely. So all of those things are contributing to potentially you feeling low. It's totally okay. It's totally understandable. And society sometimes doesn't want to hear that. You maybe don't want to burden your friends and family with it, but you're not a burden. And if you don't feel like you can tell anybody else, then you can always share it here. You can always share it on ThromboWatch because it is valid. I did for a long time dread the question, do you have children? How many children do you have? When are you going to have children? All of those questions. And it's just so hard to feel normal when everybody else is just having the pregnancies and the children that they hope to have, and you're excluded from that. So there are many ways that a blood clot and the effects of it can make you feel like you're just not living the life that you wanted to live. And of course that's heartbreaking, disheartening. And what I wanted to do with this episode is to say that it's okay, those feelings are reasonable, justified, understandable, and that it's safe for you to be able to express them. And if you don't want to do that anywhere else, you can do that with us because we do understand. None of us on the podcast are qualified in mental health coaching or anything like that, but we do understand it and we can listen. And you will also find that I've recommended organisations that you can talk to, because you really should, because it will do you so much more good than just keeping it bottled up. I don't want anybody to feel that they have to put a brave face on. It's not healthy, and you don't need to do that. Even if you don't want to burden family with it or something like that, you don't feel that you want to tell people, you can tell us. You can drop us a line in this chat. There are Facebook groups of people who've experienced blood clots and the impacts, safe spaces where you can express your emotions, because it's not healthy. It's physically not healthy to keep that inside you, it is an illness. Depression is an illness, and it can lead to more severe physical symptoms. So please express it and get help with it, get help to manage it. And of course, I would say that getting out to exercise as much as you can within the advice that you're given. Make sure that you're eating as well as you can, that you get some fresh air, that you're sleeping well. All of these things contribute to mental health and will combat depression. Even if they're the last things that you want to do, just do a little bit, tiny bit to start off with and build it up. That will definitely help. Getting outside, one of the best things that you can do. So you can help, but what if you want to say, Louise, I don't want to have to make that effort. Just let me be in this sadness. And whilst I wouldn't recommend that you continue in that, certainly feeling that feeling, sitting with that feeling and being able to talk about it and acknowledge it is something that I do want to get out of this. So feel free to talk to us, absolutely. If it is affecting you, feel free to message us, let us know. We'll do what we can to help. And also reach out to the organisations, reach out to your medical practitioners. They shouldn't leave the mental health aspects of this unaddressed. You're entitled to have that managed too. It's all part of it. So as I always say, be an advocate for yourself. Make sure that you are getting all of the help that you need, the physical and the mental. No, it's not easy. Advocate for yourself and make sure that both aspects are being looked after for you. Really important going forwards. Drop some contacts in the chat if you need to talk to anybody. Please don't carry this on your own. You're already carrying enough with the blood clots. As ever, we hope this is hitting the mark for you and resonating and helping. If we're not hitting the mark, let us know. If there's something else that you'd like us to talk about, please feel free. Get in touch, drop us a note in the chat, message us separately, and we will try and cover whatever it is that you would like to have covered, anything relating to blood clots. Also, if you would like to join us to tell us about your mental or physical impacts of blood clots, then of course we'd love to have you. We always would. So again, reach out, let us know, and we'll organise it and we'll get you on. Thanks to everybody who is watching, getting involved, supporting us. Please share, subscribe, anything that you can do to support the channel, much appreciated as ever. And we look forward to seeing you soon, no doubt with one of those Dr. Sharma presentations, because we know you like those. Catch you later. Bye.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical, legal, or financial advice. The views expressed are the personal opinions of the ThromboWatch team. If you think you may have developed a blood clot, please speak to your healthcare provider urgently. Health-related information shared in this podcast, including text, graphics, images, and other material, is intended for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your doctor or another qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you believe you're experiencing a medical emergency, call 999 in the UK. For less urgent support, call 111. Thank you.